is Rachel and welcome back to the video, and today I am finally showing you guys how to find your art style. This has been requested so many times throughout the years that I've been on YouTube, and now I'm finally giving you guys what you want and showing you exactly how to go about finding your own art style. So there's basically 5 steps to this that we're going to be going over. We're going to start off with step 1, which is basically research, looking into artists either on Pinterest, Instagram, or anywhere else that you want to, and seeing what you like. There are so many different places where you can get art. It doesn't even necessarily have to be on the internet. You can also get it from a video game or from things that you see outside. But basically you want to start dissecting what parts of it you like. So maybe you usually lean towards more cartoon styles instead of realism. Maybe you like the way they color or what colors they choose. Things such as line work, body shapes, posing, and even sometimes like the background can totally distinguish an art style. So what I did for this tutorial, and to give you guys an example, is I scrolled through Instagram and found a bunch of different art styles that I really liked and thought could be cool, transferred into a different art style, and I just saved them on like Instagram's like collection feature. But you can also do this on Pinterest if you want to make like a Pinterest board. And then what I did later is I refined it, so I went back and picked 5 art styles that I liked and combine them together. And when you're doing this, you can have more than 5 art styles, you can have less than 5 art styles. The goal is that once you're done combining everything and implementing your own ideas, you're going to come up with something that looks unique and different from the rest. So once you're finished with step 1, which is your research and finding what you like, then you go to step 2, which is trying out art styles. So now you're going to take the art styles that you liked and that you picked from your research, and you're going to just try drawing them just how the artist draws them without implementing any of your ideas. Okay, so now that I've done my research and picked out a few art styles that I enjoy, I'm basically going to be recreating them all with one character. But basically what I'm trying to do is see what kind of art styles or attributes of art styles that I enjoy drawing and I think look the best. If you can, it's best to try to draw the same exact character with all the same features and clothing and all of that, and bring it into all the different art styles, because that eliminates the chance that you like a certain art style because of the character design. So you'll see in my example is I chose the same character from one of my drawings and then I transferred it to all the different art styles. And when you do this, it also lets you avoid just copying an art style. So you're not necessarily practicing copying one single image to your paper. You're working on noticing the different shapes and line widths and all the different features of an art style and being able to bring them into your own drawing. Also, I want to point out, if you do end up posting any of this stuff when you are recreating art styles like this, you make sure to give credit, because you haven't necessarily changed anything about the art style. This is really just you practicing their art style. So if you do post it anywhere online, be sure to give credit. So during this entire process of recreating art styles, your goal is to be pointing out things that you like to draw and you think that look good. There are so many things that can define an art style, and there's a bunch of like small things that you might not even notice, but some things to look into out of the different art styles that you try out is their line work. Do they do like a black outline, or do they not have any outline at all? Is it just color? What kind of colors do they use? Do they have some kind of like color palette? Maybe it's very pale colors or pastels or something like that. The biggest thing is probably going to be body shapes. So the shapes that they draw their heads, how big their body is, maybe their torso is tiny and their legs are really long. There's so many things that go into body shape, and that's probably going to be the hardest thing to come up with. So you really want to look into what shapes for certain body types you like. Another thing is how they draw their eyes, how they do their shading and their highlights. Sometimes artists won't even do any sort of highlights at all, and some will have really strong highlights. When you're looking at their shadows, see how deep their shadows are, and if their shadows fade into gray more so and become less pigmented, or if they're still really vibrant. See if they do blending. Some artists, when they do their shading, they leave a harsh line between the shadow and the actual image, and some artists will blend it completely out so it's nice and smooth. Those are just some of the examples that I have about little things about art styles that I think distinguish an art style. But again, there are so many different ways to make an art style pop that I can't even name, because the list goes on forever and ever. So just be looking for those little things that you enjoy. Now that you've tried out a bunch of different art styles and you've picked out what parts from each art style that you like, you're going to step 3, which is combine all the parts you like into one drawing. So what I did is I went through all of the 5 art styles that I recreated, and I picked what parts from each image that I liked. So if I liked the body shape from one image or the way the eyes are drawn from another, I picked the certain parts and then I'm using those and bringing them together. Okay, so now I've completed all 5 art styles, and I've taken a look at them, and I'm going to be picking my favorite parts from each of them and combining them together and then implementing some of my own ideas. So what I've got going on is, from this one, I like the color and shading. From this one, I like the body and head shape. From this one, I really like the inking style. From this one, I really like how the hair turned out, so we're going to take the hair from that. And then from this one, I really like how the eyes turned out. So I wouldn't necessarily make another drawing for this, but I would just have like a list of all the things that you like from those art styles, because next you're going to go on to step 4. Step 4 is where you're going to be implementing your own ideas. These can come from just your brain or from things you see outside. It can be anything at all, but as long as it's something that you don't already see in the art styles that you tried out, you're basically coming up with something from scratch. So now my general approach for this is going to be combine all those elements together, and then I have a few ideas with how I draw the hands, how I'm going to do the highlights. I'm going to use a colorless blender for that instead, and then how I do the eyebrows also. So I explained in the alternate camera point of view that I had like 3 things that I was implementing that were completely my own ideas or came from my own art style. And basically that's what I mean, is coming up with brand new things that aren't seen in things that you just tried out and bringing them into your new art style. And then I guess your last step is to kind of just combine everything together and see how it looks. So once you've brought in all of the parts from the art styles and your own ideas and smash them together, then it's kind of just a trial and error from here. You're going to see what you like, what you don't like. It takes a little bit of practice and just some time to sketch out a bunch of different ideas and combining different things in different ways and seeing what you think looks good. Also, just some side notes that I wanted to go over when you're making your own art style. Firstly, you are never tied down. Once you create an art style, it doesn't mean that is the art style that you have for the rest of your life. Art and styles in general are constantly changing. Mine has changed even without me really knowing it. It's a thing that artists often don't really notice, but it just happens. Your art style will change with you as you grow, and it's okay to be trying out new things and just seeing if it works with your art style. Also, I want to say it's okay to have several art styles. A lot of these artists that I looked at and recreated today, out of the 5, actually have many different art styles. Usually they're kind of built off the same characteristics, but they change certain things about them. So maybe they have like a chibi form, but just know it's okay to have many art styles. So this is the final product of my whole art style exploration today. This is after I have combined all of the 5 art styles and my own ideas, and this is the final style. Honestly, once I had this finished, I just thought it was so cute, and I think it's such a unique style, and I really actually enjoy it so much. I think maybe in the future I might make a few drawings in this style because I think it's just really cute. Maybe it's an alternate style that I will also have, because you can have more than one style. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video and this was helpful to you. I know a lot of you guys have been requesting for it, so I hope this tutorial was beneficial. If you guys enjoyed this video, go ahead and leave a like, leave a comment down below. Let me know what you guys want to see next on my channel. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on post notifications for more awesome art videos, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!